Welcome back to Stella Overboard.
I'm Jesse.
And I'm Camille.
And we're in Indonesia.
So let's go surf. If you're new here, we're Camille and Jesse, and 8 months ago, we bought a sailboat in Malaysia. Then, we sailed it to Thailand, learning everything along the way. And now, after 3 days at sea, we finally made it to Indonesia, a place known for some of the best waves on Earth and thousands of remote islands waiting to be explored. But we can't explore any of it until we're checked into the country. So that means we need to have immigration, custom, quarantine, health officials, and the harbor master all come on our boat and inspect us, paperwork, and Stella. So let's hope everything goes smoothly and we can come into the country. All right, we're about to check into Indonesia, which is actually quite a process.
Apparently you need to come in and obviously do the normal check-in, harbor master, customs and immigration, but then to stay here on Sabang, which we've decided to do as we don't necessarily want to rush through here. We've heard it's amazing diving and some epic anchorages, but you actually need to check into Sabang and out of Sabang, and then you're in Indonesia, so it's a kind of a weird little island on its own.
So we have a lot of people coming to our boat right now, and we've got to do our passports and get stamped in and everything, so it's going to be a very long day.
It's such a weird setup. So we have an agent, which we've sorted out, but we actually need to put our tender in the water, drive the tender to the floating dock here at the immigration, pick up each group of officials one by one, bring them over to our boat where they'll come through and have a little checkup on the boat and talk to us. We have to sign papers and whatnot, or whoever comes first. Then we drop them back off on the land, then we pick up the next load of officials, and it's back and forth for quite a few hours until that's all done. And then I believe we actually need to go onto land to the immigration and do biometrics. And then that should then be us officially in Indonesia.
Yes.
And spend the weekend, and then we'll come back here, check out, and make our way over to the mainland.
But yeah, it's gonna be a long day.
So wish us luck.
Stay with us. Here they come. The first group to come on board were quarantine and health officials. They started by taking our temperatures.
I'm sorry.
Don't shoot. Then we filled out paperwork and showed our vaccination and health records. After that, we checked through our medical kit to make sure everything was legal and not expired. Of course, it's a little nerve-wracking having officials come onto your boat, but honestly, the Indonesian officers were some of the kindest people. They made us feel like we're just hanging out with friends. We gave them a full tour of Stella so they could check for any bugs or issues on board. And of course, we took a few photos together before they left, especially since Jesse has family in the same area as one of the officers. The next group. Then it was time for the next group, immigration and the harbor master. Immigration checked our passports and our last port clearance from Langkawi. And yes, we took a few selfies. The harbor master then checked for details on our fuel, water, and what we had on board. Even though this is a serious process, we always try to keep things light, chatting, and laughing, and just enjoy the moment while filling out the paperwork. We also had to show that our AIS was working and prove that we could be tracked out at sea.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
And finally, the last group, customs. This is where things get a little bit more thorough. They search through your whole boat.
Just two things about customs.
Yes.
Just two things. Firstly, you want to check if any prohibited goods you bring on your boat. The second thing, everything you declare on your vessel declaration will be matched when you exit from Indonesia.
Of course.
Okay. They search through your whole boat. Cupboards, floorboards, cabins, making sure you're not bringing anything prohibited into the country, and that everything on board has been properly declared. And just like that, after all of that, we're officially checked into Indonesia and are finally allowed to step onto land.
We're officially
stepping on to Indonesia land. Woohoo! Kiss the ground. Mwah. Wow, and there's Stella. Woohoo! Welcome to Sabang.
Can't wait to drive around the island.
Oh, we are driving. Surprise, we are driving around the island right now.
Can't wait to see the whole island.
Also, Jesse has no mirrors on his bike.
Oh yeah, no mirrors. The fuel doesn't tell me anything. It has 86,000 kilometers, this thing. It's definitely on the how you going side.
Here's an ambulance.
Right there.
Do you think the other one would be cheaper though?
How are you? No. 20? Yeah.
And more if we need it.
That's cheap, eh?
Yeah.
Actually going in Balifor? 40.
Really?
20.
Yeah.
There's Stella.
Hey, baby girl. This is so ridiculous. It's so green. Woo! Welcome to one of the beautiful beaches of Sabang. As you can see, the water is crystal clear, and we just motorbiked around the island to get to this side. We can actually bring our sailboat right into this bay here, but the channel's pretty strong current right now and the wind's up, so we thought we might as well take a little land trip and do it on a motorbike, so Stella can take a little bit of a rest. And we should probably do that too. But it's absolutely gorgeous. Exactly why we came to Indonesia. Now they're building like a little villa or house here. And that's what they're using for stabilization. Some nature.
So tomorrow we're heading around that corner there. On the other side, there should be some waves.
Hopefully we can find our surf waves on this island. Oh. But first, we have to sail across here. As we continue our drive around the island, we go through some beautiful jungles and find some stunning beaches. All right, we were driving and we just had to pull over because look at this beach. I've never seen sand so white. All before heading back to the boat to get some lunch. Right now, Jesse wants to go check out the spearing around this area. So I'm gonna go drive the tender, let him jump off, have a spear, but the current looks strong, so I'm just gonna be lifeguarding right now. There's Stella.
Feels like it's windy.
Think you're gonna get some fish?
I hope so. I usually do.
Here's Jesse's beautiful mahogany gun. And there's our friends on their sea wing. So instead of buying food, Jesse's gonna go catch us food. And you can't come back until you catch us food. You stay in that water. Even if your fingers are pruning. Okay, good luck. And I will just chill here. I usually dive and swim with Jess, but Right now I have to be more monitoring and making sure if the current or anything sweeps them away, that we both don't get swept away. And one of us is at least safe. Well, I was tied to that pontoon, but Jesse's already floated around the whole corner. So I'm gonna go drive over there. He's right there.
And you always keep your key on. We've got a nice surf leash on it, so stay on us. Let's go.
We always have a rule that no spearing alone because of sharks, animals, fishing boats, everything. Also currents, underwater blackouts, everything. No one should ever be alone. Also, we have a true kit tender, the greatest tender ever. As I head back to grab Jesse, it's time to switch gears. We've got a boat to prep because tomorrow we set off in search for surf. But before we go, we have to climb the mast. Good morning.
Morning.
What are you doing?
Quick climb up the mast, install a new light for the steaming light needs to be changed. So I got a new light for that. And I'm just gonna go check out our furling head sail at the top there, that it hasn't sagged. We had a little bit of saggage over the crossing where we had to tension the furling halyard. So I'm just gonna go up and double check that everything's running fine. And then also a little rig checkup. So
It's really calm here. No wind, so it's very hopefully safe for Jesse to go up. And I'll go doot, 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 doot. For those of you who didn't know, Jesse used to work in the mines as a rope access rigger. So climbing the mast is actually one of his favorite jobs to do, and he just loves the view from up there. What? Now I can just leave him up there. So we were gonna head off to the next spot at 7 a.m. and then we checked our weather and it looks like a bit of storm coming through. So if we leave around 10, there'll be less of a storm. So that's our hope. So wait out the storm here, nice and safe, even though Jesse's up the mast.
Little rig update. We're just having a look at our furling halyard here. It has a tendency to slip a bit, which then in theory, what happens is that when I can actually not furl it because the rope here wants to spin with the unit. So we always come up every once in a while and see that it hasn't sagged too much, and if so, we'll tension it. But I've had worse views.
We are about to set sail, leaving Sabang and hopefully going to find our first surf waves.
And there are some nice waves around there apparently.
Yeah.
And we're gonna suss them out.
And now we're gonna go search for surf. Woo! Sailing here, and the surf wave is right there. Fingers crossed. Hey, Jesse's already got the surf itch as we're rounding the bay. How you feeling?
Amazing, there's actually swell, so I'm really hopeful. Should be pulling in soon. Hour.
And when we say we're in remote Indonesia, we are so remote right now. There's not a single
single soul out here on that island. And we're about to wrap that bay, and the swell is really big. Obviously, you can't tell on camera at all. This is exactly why we bought a sailboat, to travel rural places where there are waves that nobody's on or no one has even discovered that exist. And right now we're going to a place that's not on maps, not on Surfline, not anywhere in the world. We're gonna name this spot what we want when we get there. So fingers crossed for some big surf, or not too big. All right, go Jess. Oh my gosh. Jesse's the only one out on the whole island. There's Stella over there. And I'm on tender duty. Jesse's dream. Yeah! Picking up Jesse after his surf. Yeah, got washed on the rocks, so he had to walk down the beach. See how he went. Did you? It seemed like you got a sick last wave.
Yeah, and I got smoked in the barrel.
All right, we'll get in. I think that's coming towards us. So because our hatches are open. Sorry.
We're in neutral.
Yeah, she's in neutral.
I'm all cut up and shit, eh?
No, are you bleeding? Oh, babe.
Look at that. That's heavy as fuck.
All right. Yoo-hoo! Okay, right now we've taken the tender over to another break. I'm gonna see if this one's working a bit.
Out here, at the bottom when the swell comes, look. See what it does. Look there in the corner there.
Ooh. So right now I'm on tender duty and Jesse's surfing, and look at this beach. I mean, are we not in paradise? This is amazing. And Jesse's over here catching waves. Here comes a set. I'm gonna go film Jesse. Jesse just finished surfing, and what do you need after you surf? You need food. So now Jesse's gonna go spear for some food.
Massive shout out to Coastal Odyssey. Thank you so much for the blades. I am so excited to see how deep these bad boys can take me.
Yoo-hoo.
And what fish we can get with them. So thank you guys.
We're at this spot we saw. Stella's over there. So we're gonna see if we can catch some dinner for tonight, or I guess Jesse will catch some dinner for tonight. Oh, there he goes. Woohoo. Well, now it's just us. So I'm just gonna stay on the tender, keep an eye on Jesse. If he catches anything, get it in the boat before a shark gets to him, or if anything else, if the current gets strong or whatnot. So always good to have two people diving, or one watching, one dive. The cat! Woohoo! Yeah. Oh my God! Woo! Oh my God!
After a full day, dinner finally caught, and our brains completely surfed out, we head back to the boat just in time for sunset. Finally, a moment to slow down and soak it all in. We're in paradise. But this is just the beginning. Next week, we sail even further down the coast, searching for more waves, more islands, and diving deeper into the life in Indonesia. So, thanks for watching and joining us. We'll see you next week.